Hey everyone, Guy from Midwinter Minis here. I've got a lot of big projects coming up for the channel, and they'll take a little longer to create than normal, so here's a quick video to bridge the gap so you don't have to wait too long until the next one. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to achieve this really glitzy, iridescent colour shifting effect on any miniature you want. Now for this demo, I'm using this basic little Tyranid termagant from Warhammer 40,000. I actually painted it up as part of my previous video. And if you're interested in the basic recipe, it's pretty simple. Prime grey, base coat the body with Vallejo Air red, and then mix a little Xandri dust or any khaki colour into that red and dry brush the details on. A few teeth and eyes picked out with a bone colour, and finally paint all the carapace plates, claws and hooves black. As I said, easy, but that's not what we're here for today. Now to achieve this super glam effect, we're going to be creating an unholy alliance between the worlds of model painting and cosmetics. Specifically, we're going to be using holographic nail flakes. Now these are from a company called Kuka, and there are a few different brands that make them, and they come in a variety of tones, and the ones I chose on eBay were type 14, which had a more purpley red vibe to it. You can obviously choose whatever colour best suits your scheme. And the good news is they're not crazy expensive either, around the same price as you pay for any regular pot of acrylic or enamel paint for modelling. Now just a heads up, when you get hold of them, you might think, wait a minute, this isn't the colour I ordered, just like I did. But don't worry, you'll see that when they're actually applied over a black base coat, the colours really transform. It's quite an interesting material too actually, like fine glass or crystal, but very, very delicate. To achieve the glittery hologram effect, you'll also need a couple of other things beside the nail flakes. First, you'll need some gloss varnish for modelling. I'm just using Citadel's Art Coat as I like the way it looked on my Blackstone Fortress bases. You'll also need two paint brushes, one brush that you like to apply the varnish, and another brush that you hate to apply the nail flakes. Forewarning, the brush that you hate will forever produce a mysterious glitter powder, so only use it for this technique going forward. Now let's get down to it. Start off by painting the black carapace with the gloss varnish using the brush you like. Don't glob it on too thick, but you want a fairly decent amount to make sure you get good coverage. Now, while the gloss varnish is still wet, grab the brush you hate and gently tap it into the nail flakes. Bring it to the model and lightly tap them onto the glossy areas. It will go everywhere, but there's no real way to avoid that unfortunately. I would recommend leaving some areas with a little black still visible, and that way you get more contrast and more depth to the effect. You get about 10 minutes of working time like this, so I would recommend only doing one model at a time rather than trying to do loads and loads at once with batch painting. Man, this stuff really does get everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Hang on a second. Okay, so after about an hour the varnish should be cured pretty well and safe to touch. You'll notice that there are also lots of nail flakes on the fleshy parts and some that aren't really well attached to the carapace. So wet your brush and try to push them off the model or pick them up. Capillary action weirdly scoops these up quite nicely. If you want, at this point you can also use a cotton bud to rub the nail flakes to make them more powdery. Check out this test model to see what I mean. I get the feeling that if this is the effect you're going for, you're probably actually just better off using colour shifting paints rather than bothering with these flakes in the first place. Anyway, back to the main model. While I waited for the water to evaporate, I painted the base a dark brown, and this helped hide the bits of glitter that got stuck in the basing texture too. I then dry brushed with a khaki colour and painted the rims with a rich brown. This relatively normal, natural base style really makes the holographic alien scuttlebugs stand out quite nicely. Almost done, the final step is to give all of the holographic armour plates one more coat of gloss varnish to seal in all those flakes, smooth out the surface, and make the underlying black super shiny. And there we go, super fast, super easy, super glitzy holographic Tyranids. Let me know in the comments what other models you think this technique would look really cool on, and please like the video if you found it useful. So what are those big upcoming projects that I mentioned? Well, here's one of them, and here's another. 2020 is going to be a big year for Midwinter Minis, quite literally. Now, massive thanks to our new patrons, Stephen, Howard, Sean, Adrian, Nick, Christoph, Leopold and David, and thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.